The tennis world has been rocked by shocking news. Alex Eala allegedly signed a massive $75 million deal with Nike, and the emotional surprise she planned for her parents has gone viral. Around the world, tennis fans are still attempting to comprehend the full significance of this moment. This goes beyond winning a game or moving up the rankings. This is about history being written in the present. It's about a rising talent from Manila entering a worldwide arena that spans from Madrid to Sydney to San Francisco, as well as generational wealth and heritage. The famous swoosh is set in stone, the dotted line has been signed, and the expansion is reportedly valued at an astounding $75 million. Eala's name is now associated with some of the world's best athletes. This goes beyond a contract. The entire sports world is talking about this pivotal moment. $75 million. Superstar territory, that is. Icon status is that. That is the type of figure that is recorded in history books. However, this story's most potent element isn't even the contract itself. What Alex Eala did as soon as the ink dried was what really shocked millions of people worldwide. Behind the scenes, the two individuals who gave up everything to help her get to this point received a sincere surprise, a viral post, and a covert purchase. Details start to come to light, including the gorgeous dream house she allegedly purchased. The event is even more significant than a sponsorship agreement since it represents a change for both her career and the future of Asian tennis on the international scene. And it all makes perfect sense when you look back. We witnessed Eala's tireless grinding for 4 years. Scouts took note when we witnessed her dominating the junior circuit with a fire. We saw her depart from the Philippines at an early age, bid her family farewell, and pursue her dream at the esteemed Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, a training environment that has produced world-class athletes. She worked her way up to this point, sacrifice by sacrifice, step by step. That $75 million bombshell is now more than just a headline. It's the prize for years of bravery, self-control, and faith. She persevered through painful losses, fought through injuries, and made the difficult transition from the junior tour to the cruel professional circuit. Alex Eala's uniqueness was always apparent to us. We were aware of her star potential and widespread popularity, but this is a whole other level. According to people familiar with the talks, her long-standing collaboration with Nike, which started out modestly when she was a junior, has now grown into a huge worldwide ambassador agreement that few could have imagined at this point in her career. Free clothing and equipment are no longer the point. This involves Times Square billboards, global advertising from Tokyo to Toulouse, and a marketing strategy that puts her at the forefront of one of the world's most influential businesses. The deal, which is reportedly worth $75 million over a long-term extension, shocks the tennis community. You must examine the panorama of women's tennis endorsements to get a sense of the scope. The benchmark for commercial dominance was set by legends like Maria Sharapova, Serena Williams, and Naomi Osaka. The industry's perception of her future is loudly expressed by the fact that a growing player who is still moving up the WTA ladder can command a price of this magnitude. Don't get me wrong, Nike isn't only paying for outcomes that have already been attained. They are making investments in what they see as an inevitable worldwide symbol. Her present ranking has nothing to do with this arrangement. It has to do with her future. What Alex Eala has already accomplished is not being funded by Nike. They are placing bets on her future. They consider her to be the future face of tennis, not just in the Philippines but throughout Asia and the world. This is a long-term move, a statement that they are proudly flying their banner and that they think she embodies the sport's next great period. Experts in marketing have already dubbed it the Eala effect. She has that unique, once-in-a-generation combination of exceptional physical prowess, captivating marketability, and an incredibly sympathetic backstory. Her journey from Filipino ancestry to world-class instruction in Spain, from junior prowess to competing on the professional circuit, has resonances that go well beyond tennis. She is the epitome of the underdog who puts in more effort than everyone else. Millions of ambitions are carried by the youthful athlete and the global citizen who bridges cultures. Over 110 million people in the country watch Eala when she takes the court. Nike is aware that influence of that nature cannot be created. It has to be earned. She still carries the weight of a nation's expectations and a rumored $75 million investment with poise, humility, and a smile that says this is just the beginning. Now consider the true implications of this agreement for her basketball career. The cost of playing at the top level of women's professional tennis is very significant. It can easily cost more than $1 million a year to maintain a full-time hitting partner, team coach, physiotherapist, and nutritionist. And that's not even accounting for ongoing overseas travel, lodging, and equipment. Many talented athletes lose their appeal not because they are untalented but rather because they are unable to make ends meet. That pressure is no longer present for Alexandra Eala. She wins more than cash thanks to Nike's projected $75 million pledge. She becomes independent. Freedom to travel in ways that save her energy, to put together the world's greatest medical and performance staff, to take time off when her body needs it, and to devote all of her attention to pursuing Grand Slam success. What really shocked the internet, though, was what she did with her first significant windfall, not the figures or the famous swoosh. The amount of money is astounding. It's a historic endorsement. However, something far more potent than rockstar fame was revealed by her intensely personal gesture, which was allegedly connected to a gorgeous dream home surprise. It was heartfelt. She appeared to be a champion in life at that precise moment, not simply a future champion on the court. Right now, the entire globe is completely going insane. Alexandra Eala revealed her own heartbreaking revelation on social media nearly immediately after the sports media broke the news of the contract renewal. It was not an ostentatious sports vehicle. It wasn't a selfie covered in high-end labels. The image showed a mansion, a haven, a real home designed for tranquility. Alex disclosed that she had surreptitiously bought her parents, Michael and Rosala, a gorgeous new house in a post that has since gone viral on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. The pictures depict a stunning, well-planned home with large, naturally lit rooms, beautiful grounds that encourage introspection, and areas for relaxation and renewal. This house says, "Without words, you can stop running now. You have arrived." Her posted caption aptly expresses that feeling. "Mom and Dad sacrificed so much so I could pursue this dream. Now it is time for you to have the home and life you deserve. No more worries, just peace and pride. I love you forever." 3 simple words, no more worries, carry the weight of countless nights of sacrifice, doubt, and blind faith. For anyone who has had parents who gave everything so you could have more, this is far more than a real estate transaction. It's a profound act of love, gratitude, and recognition for the people who made her journey possible. This is more than a house. It's a declaration of love. It's a repayment of a debt that can never truly be settled. Yet, this gesture comes remarkably close. To understand why this home matters so profoundly, you have to understand the story behind the story. The sacrifice of Mike and Rosala, Alex's parents. They are not your typical tennis parents. They are not the loud, overbearing sideline screamers you sometimes see at junior tournaments. They are quiet pillars of strength doing the hard work without ever seeking credit. Rosala herself knows the life of an athlete from the inside out. As a former bronze medalist swimmer at the Southeast Asian Games, she understands the discipline, the sacrifice, the doubt, and the pain of giving your entire self to something without any guarantee of success. When Alex showed unmistakable potential as a child, picking up a racket at just 4 years old under the loving guidance of her late grandfather, Roberto Bobby, MGO, the family made a bold decision. They would go Allen. And make no mistake, tennis is brutally expensive. From coaching to travel to equipment, the costs are staggering. And yet, Mike and Rosala committed everything to give Alex a chance to chase her dreams. This house is not just a home. It is the tangible symbol of that devotion, a monument to years of quiet sacrifice, and the foundation upon which their daughter's extraordinary journey has been built. Tennis is mercilessly expensive. Coaching fees, court time, premium equipment, stringing costs, tournament entry fees, and then there's the travel. Oh, the travel. Flying a young child across the globe for junior tournaments can drain a family's finances at a terrifying pace. It's not just plane tickets you're paying for hotels, tournament apparel, grips, strings, and every tiny detail needed to compete. The numbers quickly reach a point where most families would simply walk away. In the early days, the Eala family had to be extraordinarily strategic with every single peso, sacrificing luxuries other families took for granted, missing vacations, turning down invitations, and crunching the numbers repeatedly to figure out how to get Alex to the next tournament without breaking the bank. Then came the biggest sacrifice of all, letting her go. When the life-changing opportunity arose for Alexandra Eala to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, Mike and Rosala faced the heart-wrenching reality of sending their daughter thousands of miles away. They had to let her chase her dream, even if it meant missing the small, everyday moments: her first teenage match on clay, the homesick nights, the confusion of navigating a foreign country alone. They watched her grow through FaceTime calls and shaky live streams of ITF matches in obscure European towns where Wi-Fi barely worked. Mike and Rosala quietly sacrificed for years without anyone writing articles about the sleepless nights, the missed birthdays, and the endless calculations just to keep their daughter's dream alive. Today, that story is being told. When Alex Eala signed her $75 million contract, her first thought wasn't herself. She thought of her father sitting late at the kitchen table, poring over accounts to make the numbers work. She thought of her mother radiating quiet strength, holding a smile even when fear and worry pressed in. She thought of every airport goodbye, every tournament watched from the other side of a phone screen, hearts and throats. And so she bought them a home, a sanctuary of rest and peace, the one thing they never allowed themselves to want for themselves. And then there is Bobby, the man who started it all. Roberto Bobimgo, Alex's late grandfather, who first placed a tennis racket in the hands of a 4-year-old and saw potential before anyone else did. He planted the seed, glimpsed the spark before the fire even existed. Though he isn't here to witness this moment, there is a beautiful, bittersweet sense that he is watching from above, smiling wider than the Pacific Ocean, proud of the extraordinary legacy he helped set in motion. There's a deeper dimension to this moment of triumph. Every check she cashes, every trophy she lifts, every record she breaks, it's a tribute to her grandfather. When Alex Eala bought this house for her parents, she was surely thinking of him, too. Lola, look what we did. Look how far we came from those first swings you taught me. She might have thought. Her story isn't just about one athlete. It's about a family, a lineage, and a love passed down from a grandfather's hands to a little girl's grip on a racket, now visible to the world. She isn't playing solely for rankings, prize money, or endorsements. She is playing to honor memory, to celebrate the people who believed in her before anyone else did. That devotion more than any dollar figure is what makes this story extraordinary. The global reaction has been nothing short of overwhelming. The internet has erupted with admiration and emotion. Comment sections on Alex's post are overflowing with love, not just from tennis fans or sports communities, but from people everywhere, inspired by a child giving back to the parents who sacrificed everything. Messages pour in. This is the Filipino dream right here. She is a champion on the court and in life. She earned every single peso of that Nike deal. Fellow professional players have chimed in as well, celebrating the rare combination of talent, heart, and gratitude. Sports journalists who have spent decades covering tennis are calling it one of the most heartfelt and inspiring moments they have witnessed, a story that transcends borders, cultures, and generations. This is genuinely one of the most moving athlete moments sports journalists have witnessed in years. It cuts through the cynicism of a world often reduced to stats, rankings, and sponsorship figures, reminding everyone that behind every player is a family, a team, a support system built on love and sacrifice. The timing couldn't be better. Alex Eala is hitting her absolute stride on the court. This $75 million deal was earned, not handed out. She has delivered results, competed relentlessly, and earned every dollar with her racket, her legs, and her willpower. While peers were at birthday parties or exploring life at home, Alex spent her teenage years analyzing match footage and drilling cross-court backhands until the sun set over the Balearic Sea. This contract isn't a lottery win. It's back-pay. Compensation for every sunrise spent in a training facility, every holiday devoted to practice, every moment of doubt pushed through in silence. And then there's the Nike factor. Nike doesn't just sign athletes, they create icons. Michael Jordan transformed basketball. Tiger Woods made golf aspirational. Serena Williams gave women's tennis a superstar face for decades. Nike has a pattern. They back athletes who transcend their sport. By signing Alex Eala to a $75 million extension, they're declaring she is next in that lineage. She is not just a tennis player. She is a cultural phenomenon. From a business standpoint, it's a masterstroke. The Asian tennis market has long awaited its next transcendent star. Naomi Osaka carried the torch for a time, but the region remains vast, hungry, and ready to rally behind a player they can call their own.